Hello, guys. Uh, so this is our lecture number 14 and unit number 2, or you can say for first lecture for unit number 2. So in this lecture or in this unit, we mainly deal with the signals representation and the graph theory and the application of that signals in our network theory. So first of all, Laplace transform. You deeply study in your math and in your signal and system subjects this Laplace transform. Here we only see the what is a application in our network theory and how to solve that question or any network using the Laplace transform. Now see, now see, any bounded input and bounded output. This is nothing but your bounded input and bounded output for any signal or system is given to you. If the input is bounded, then respective output also bounded. Then if you found such a signal, then you can say this is signal or this system is stable system, right? This is a stable. Or if bounded input, for bounded input you will get the unbounded output, then that system is called as a unstable system, right? Now, this frequency transform mainly used for frequency domain representation to the continuous or periodic signal. It is also used for the identifying the stability of the system. And this j omega axis implies the frequency with the phase shift of 90 degree orthogonal frequency, right? So j omega term जहाँ पे भी आपको दिया होगा, so you can easily say that is this is nothing but the imaginary axis because j term is associated with that frequency. So you can also say this is your imaginary plane. And what is the formula of this Laplace transform function? Laplace transform of this x of j omega is nothing but the minus infinite to infinite x of t to the power of minus j omega t dt. Now what is the j, this j omega means what is this function? This function is nothing but represent this limit minus infinite to infinite, nothing but the your linear bilateral, sorry, not linear, that is a bilinear Laplace transform, right? Bilinear Laplace transform. Now convert this Laplace transform, this imaginary plane into the your complex plane, because the resistive element are there in our network theory or conductance and resistance also there. So you have to use real term also, right? And that will be possible in your S plane by using this j omega axis as your imaginary axis and this sigma as your real axis, right? So this is your real and this is your imaginary. Okay, now this plane is called as a complex frequency plane. Now here see, you have to put this j omega in terms of sigma plus j omega and represent this term as your x of s. Now rewrite this equation. You will get this x of t to the power of minus sigma plus jt. Similar way, you can replace these terms into s form also, so by which you will get this standard format. Now you can further divide this. If you divide this in terms of this, you will get these terms, right? Simply only calculation, or you can say analytical part is taken here. So separate this e to the power of minus sigma into e to the power of minus j omega t into dt. By this, by observing this, you can comment this Laplace transform of x of t is nothing but the Fourier transform of x of t to the power of minus j sigma. And the Fourier transform is nothing but the Laplace transform of evaluated on j omega axis. So this is the relation, this Laplace transform and the Fourier transform. So you can better understanding this function, this statement in your signal and systems. So keep this with you and find this, why this is, why this comment is came in your signal and system, right? I'm not going to explain here. I'm directly written the conclusion. So there are some standard function which we are very much used in our network theory, and the solution, or you can say the derivation of this all function, you will found in your math or in your signal and systems. So I am directly written here, and you must know this function. This is a standard function in our network theory. You need not to derive these equations, right? We are directly using first, for example, unit step function is given to you. This is a unit step and this is a impulse function. So a unit step time is given to you, then when you take the Laplace transform, you directly take this 1 of 1 by s. You need not to derive this. U of t is convert means you need not to derive this U of t, what is a function in Laplace domain. So you keep means you need to remember this. So while solving the any example regarding the network theory, you directly use that function. Okay. Similarly, there are some standard function is given to you. Now see, this is a differentiator. D by dt is represent in terms of s. Okay. So this is all the function is given to you. You can read it out, and both are the bilinear. Okay. So if units Laplace transform of this u of t is 1 by s, then the Laplace inverse transform of this 1 by is nothing but your u of t. Now see, one example is given to you. This function v of s is given, means this is a Laplace transform function. You need to derive this you need to derive this function in terms of time domain, right? You need to v of t, you need to find this v of t in terms of v of t. So how to find it? First of all, separate this function into two different section. According to that, there are some variable is came, right? Now this variable, to for finding this variable, you have two methods. First is residue method and second one is algebraic method, right? So in residue method, you need to put that denominator of respective variable equal to, equate this denominator to 0. So here for in first s is equal to 0, now put this value in your whole equation, you will get this variable एक्सेप्टिंग दिस टर्म, राइट? बिकॉज जब आप इसको कंसिडर कर रहे होंगे तो ये पैरामीटर को आपको स्किप करना पड़ेगा, राइट? इन यहाँ पे एंड पुट दैट एस वैल्यू इक्वल टू ज़ीरो, बिकॉज यहाँ पे डायरेक्ट पुट कर दोगे तो इनफाइनाइट हो जाएगा, सो वो गलत हो जाएगा. इसलिए व्हेन यू use this function, then skip that term. I hope you understand this point. Or you can also find this variable in other format, for example multiplying this equation by this whole term. Okay, this is nothing but the when I multiply this into this factor, so this is a second term. But in that case, first of all, yeah, this variables terms is also present, right? Because this term is, this whole denominator term is multiplied with whole equation for this equation. So when you multiply, you will get the expression just like that. Okay, yeah, ये expression आपको मिलेगा. Now here you have to equate the coefficient of that. Means first of all, see, this is a equal, right? Equal term है, so you need to equating the coefficient of that. So according to that, so what is the highest coefficient here? I see highest coefficient is s power of 3, so equate that coefficient with left hand side coefficient. So there is no s power of 3, so equate s power of 3 equal to 0. So according to that, you are getting this parameter, right? Now re substitute this variable in your this original equation and try to find a function in terms of time domain. So when you, how to find it, use Laplace transform here, Laplace inverse Laplace transform. And see 1 by s, what is the inverse transform of this 1 by is nothing but the u of t, right? So this is your homework, you need to solve it, and this your answer must be matched with this. Now see what is the application of that Laplace domain, Laplace transform in our नेटवर्क थ्योरी. सो ऐसा कुछ फंक्शन आपको दिया होगा, राइट, फॉर रेजिस्टिव, इंडक्टिव एंड कैपेसिटिव. सो आई डायरेक्टली रिटर्न हेयर सेकेंड स्टेप फॉर बाय, लेकिन फर्स्ट स्टेप में क्या होगा, वी ऑफ टी के फॉर्म में दिया होगा. सो यू नीड टू राइट दिस फंक्शन इनटू द वी ऑफ एस, in terms of v of s or I of s, or you can say that in terms of Laplace transform. So in that case resistive element is doesn't change, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है रेजिस्टिव एलिमेंट में, जैसा का वैसे ही रहेगा ये. But your voltage and current must be in terms of your V of S. See, S is nothing but the sigma plus j omega, right? But when you put this V of t, in that case जो आपका सिग्मा रियल टर्म है वो हम जीरो कंसिडर करते हैं फॉर वोल्टेज एंड करंट, राइट? सो पुट, सो आपका नथिंग बट द वी ऑफ एस, नथिंग बट द वी ऑफ जे ओमेगा हो जाएगा, राइट? एंड सिमिलरली जब हम एक्सेल रेजिस्टिव एल की बात करेंगे, जब आप इंडक्टर की बात करेंगे, तो वहाँ पे आपको पता है आप टाइम डोमेन में एक्सेल लिखते थे फॉर ओम, ओम के लिए, राइट? सो एक्सेल क्या होता था, जे ओमेगा एल. नाउ रिप्लेस दिस जे ओमेगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ एस. सो एक्सेल इज नथिंग बट द एक्स एल. सो दिस इज इन टर्म्स ऑफ ओम. सो सिमिलर वे ये आपको आइडेंटिफाई हो गया, राइट? नाउ वी ऑफ एस को हम वी ऑफ टी को वी ऑफ एस लिखेंगे व्हेन द नॉर्मल सर्किट इज गिवन, बट व्हेन द सडन चेंज इट हैपेंड, राइट? फॉर एग्जांपल टी is close at t is equal to 0, sudden change, sudden change, right? Sudden change. So in that case this v of t is written as a v of s by s, okay? And this r and c function is given to you. C is written as 1 upon cs, because when we see the x is nothing but the 1 upon omega c. इसको जब मैं एक्स सी ऑफ एस के फॉर्म में लिखता हूँ, सो 1 अपॉन एस सी हो जाएगा ये, राइट? ओमेगा की जगह मेरे को एस पुट करना होगा इन टर्म्स ऑफ फॉर फ्रीक्वेंसी डोमेन. सिमिलरली बिकॉज यहाँ पे सडन चेंज हैपन हुआ वहाँ, इसलिए मेरे को ये वी ऑफ टी एक मेरा स्टेप फंक्शन बन गया. सो वी ऑफ टी बाय एस यहाँ पे मेरे को यूज़ करना होगा. अगर इसके साथ यू ऑफ टी भी दिया होता, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर ऐसा आपके इक्वेशन में या सर्किट में दिया हो तो आप डायरेक्ट ऐसे यूज़ करोगे, बट इसी के साथ अगर यू ऑफ टी यहाँ पे लगा देगा, राइट? यू ऑफ टी अगर किसी ने लगा दिया है, सो इट मीन्स दिस इज योर यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन. सो इन दैट केस यू हैव टू यूज वी ऑफ एस बाय एस, राइट? बिकॉज यहाँ पे आपको स्विच के फॉर्म में नहीं दिया, बट यहाँ पे आपको यू ऑफ टी के स्टेप फंक्शन के फॉर्म में दे दिया. सो इन दैट केस यू हैव टू यूज दिस. आई होप you are understand. You will better understand when we see the problem, okay? Now see, there are some function, uh, okay, for resistive element no change for resistance, and the rest of thing is replaced in terms of v of s and I of s. You can use it, this Ohm's law, for finding I of s. Similarly for inductor, this is I of s and this is sl, because l is replaced with sl. And see, there is no other function is given, means unit step or any other, so you can directly replace this v of t into in terms of v of s, and this I of t is in terms of I of s. Then by Ohm's law you can find out this I of s. Similarly for capacitance, C represent as 1 upon cs in terms of ohm, and this is plus minus and I of s, and this v of s is the ratio of I of s by c of s, okay? now now see, कोई कोई सर्किट में, किसी किसी सर्किट में आपका प्री एक्साइटेड सर्किट रहता है, राइट? जहाँ पे मेनली डिपेंडेंट जहाँ पे सोर्स होते हैं, अगर वहाँ पे सोर्स को हम डिस्कनेक्ट कर दे सो फिर भी सर्किट एक्टिव रहता है फॉर पर्टिकुलर टाइम ऑफ इंस्टेंट. सो इन दैट केस there are some parameters are there in that circuit which store the element or which store the energy. So is that element how to react when we use the Laplace transform, and what is the respective equations we will see here. Now see, ऐसा कोई आपके पास सर्किट दिया हुआ है जो कि प्री एक्साइटेड सर्किट था. ओके, पहले से एक्साइटेड सर्किट था और आपको करंट भी आपको पता है उसके थ्रू, how much current flowing through this inductor, so you already know this current. So when you use the Laplace transform, then now see, this is a current source, right? Current, you know, but when you use the Laplace transform, this act as a current source. So how to represent current source in any circuit? So current source is always represent in parallel with any element. So this current is represent as a parallel with that, with this inductor. Why parallel with this inductor? Because current flowing through this circuit is I naught, and the circuit condition is changed, means this inductor act as a storing energy stored in electromagnetic form, right? But inductor doesn't allow sudden change in current, right? Inductor inductor this inductor doesn't doesn't allow sudden change in current, right? Sudden change in current. So that means this current act as a current source for this inductor. So that's why this current source is connected for parallel for any time of instant for t tends to infinite. So see, such a condition is generally we observe that when there are some switch is given to you, and respective the action of switch at t is equal to 0, the this current is represent in this format, right? But at that case, you have to use this time, represent this time as t is equal to 0 plus instant. जब भी आपका सर्किट में अगर कोई भी स्विच दिया हुआ है और वॉट एवर द एक्शन इज टेक्स प्लेस फॉर दैट स्विच, देन दिस जो आपका इंडक्टर है उसके पैरेलल में उसका जो प्री डिफाइंड जो करंट है वो कनेक्ट होगा. ये सब प्रोसेस करते वक्त आपको जो टाइम इंस्टेंट लेना है वो टी इज इक्वल टू जीरो प्लस टाइम इंस्टेंट लेना है. जब भी आपका सर्किट, क्योंकि after when you take t is equal to infinite, then this is a natural response, right? When you take t is equal to infinite, so this defined current is goes to zero, and whatever the actual current flowing you will observe that only. So this is a transient and this is a steady state. So but the total response is sum of both. Okay, that's why we must be consider this while studying the transient analysis. नाउ एक बार आपने पैरेलल में मीन्स आपका सर्किट सिंप्लीफाई कर दिया आपने. नाउ यूज द Laplace ट्रांसफॉर्म. So same way v of t, now see here no switch is given, so v of t and v of t is represented as a v of s and I of t is represented as I of s, and this L is SL. Now this is step function. ओके, सो ऐसा कोई भी एलिमेंट रहा ना, सो वो स्टेप फंक्शन में ही आता है. जो भी ऐसा जो जिस फॉर्मेटिंग ये दिया है ना, वो ऑलवेज कम्स अंडर द स्टेप फंक्शन. सो स्टेप फंक्शन में आई नॉट इज रिप्रेजेंट एज आई नॉट बाय एस. ओके, एंड सिमिलर वे आप इसको ये सर्किट को ऐसे भी यूज कर सकते हो. बट व्हेन आई सी टू कन्वर्ट दिस current source into the voltage source, you will get this multiply both, so s get cancel out, and this is nothing but L into I naught. So this is the equivalent circuit for this inductor with I naught as a your initial current. Now apply KVL here, you will find this. Okay, use Ohm's law here and apply KVL. Now see, this is a time constant. What do you mean by time constant? Time constant for RL circuit is nothing but a L by R, and RC circuit for RC. This is a L equivalent by R equivalent, and this is a R equivalent into E equivalent. So later I will discuss what you mean by time constant when we solve the numericals. Okay. Now same the capacitor with V naught. For this V naught, you know the capacitor doesn't allow the sudden change in voltage. But when we time take the time tends to infinite, at that case, at that case, we say that the capacitor act as a open circuit for ideal voltage source, for ideal DC voltage source, right? But when you take the AC source, there are some time factor is given according to their time constant. So whatever the circuit equation we will get, the that time constant is plays a key role for deciding the waveform or output of that voltage or V output. Okay, so for this circuit, this is V naught is a initial voltage or predetermined this voltage across C when the circuit is excited. So there are some voltages developed across this C volt. So this voltage is nothing but your pre-decided voltage. But when you see this circuit in terms of Laplace domain, or you can say whenever the this capacitor get discharge, or there are some key means key is present in this circuit, and the position of that key or switch is changed, then how to behave that capacitor in that circuit we will see here. So in that case we have to replace this voltage across this capacitor in series with this capacitor, because capacitor sudden change in voltage capacitor doesn't allow doesn't allow sudden change in voltage, right? Sudden change in voltage. So how to represent it? So see the polarity of this capacitor. The same polarity is connected in series with this C. Now apply KVL here. Now replace this for once you simplify this capacitor with V naught, then replace these whole terms in terms of frequency domain analysis. That is, V of t is represented as V of s and I of s, V naught by s and 1 by cs. See, I already told, whenever the initial condition is present with your any element, passive element, then that is nothing but your step input, right? So this passive element associate with V naught, which is nothing but the act as a active source. So this is nothing but your step input. Okay, so step response. So what is the Laplace transform of that step response is V naught by s. Now here V of s and I of s of Laplace transform of any types of signal. So whatever the signal is given to you, that all satisfy the these conditions, right? This is our general method. मीन्स आपके कोई भी सिचुएशन, कोई भी वेव फॉर्म दिया हो, स्टेप हो, रैम्प, पैराबोलिक, एनी वेव फॉर्म, एनी शेप वेव फॉर्म which have bounded input and bounded output, they must follow this and these steps, right? Or you can say this process. So how to find out this V of s is nothing but the I of s by C of s plus V naught by s. This is found by using the KVL here. You can find this I of s, or by using Ohm's law you can find this I of s. Now there are some standard function is given to you. See f of t, F of t is f of s, I of t I of s, v of t v of s. So similar way you can represent it. So there is no initial condition or there is no switch are there in circuit. So you can directly written this format. Okay. And when you see the functions, whatever the input is given, so this is some standard function, which is this is nothing but a impulse input, and this is a step input, and this is a ramp input, and this is parabolic. Okay, p of t. So this is your nothing but a p of t. This is your parabolic input. This is nothing but a parabolic input, right? So and this is the respective output in terms of frequency domain or s domain. Now see e to the power of minus 80, the waveform is nothing but the decaying factor, right? Time decaying factor. You can also represent this is nothing but just like wave, ऐसी कुछ waveform होंगी, right? Decaying factor. So what is the Laplace transform for this factor is 1 upon s plus a. Now this is a output voltage, and this is or this is a voltage upon input is equal to zs. For, and for finding the this v of s, nothing but the z of s into I of s, nothing, this is all Ohm's law. And this is the impedance, sorry, admittance. And what is the relation between this is admittance is equal to 1 upon impedance. And there are some standard signal or transfer function is given to you, and what is the value of that function in s domain is also given, so you can remember it. Now see this circuit which I represent here, this is nothing but a canonical form circuit, because this whole inductor you can read write this two inductor into the single inductor. So this is a, you can say only one energy storing element are present for this circuit. So such types of circuit is called as a canonical form circuit. And when this the circuit is given just like that, this two inductor is not compile, right? Because this two inductor is not able to combine this two inductor. So you can say that circuit is nothing but a non-canonical form circuit, and the energy storing element in that circuit is 2, because you are not able to this combine this two inductor. So this is a one storing element and this is a second storing element, but here you can combine it, so you can directly write this is a canonical form, so you combine this and only one inductor is the storing element for this circuit. Now where the Laplace transform is used is nothing but the, if the order of that circuit is greater than 2, if the determining the time constant is equal, non-canonical form circuit, and non-ideal input like step, ramp, parabolic impulse, exponential और combination of it. So ऐसे जो भी सर्किट आपको दिखोंगे दिखते हैं, तो वहाँ पे Laplace transform is a best method for solving that problem, for getting your solution. और यू कैन ऑल्सो यूज टाइम डोमेन एनालिसिस, बस आपका सोल्यूशन लेंदी हो जाएगा काफ़ी, और डिफ़िकल्ट भी हो जाएगा, सम ऑफ केसेस में वेरी डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाएगा उसे सॉल्व करना। फॉर एग्जांपल सम केसेस में आपका टाइम कांस्टेंट कैलकुलेट करना काफ़ी डिफ़िकल्ट हो जाता है। सो इन दैट केस वी आर प्रेफर टू यूज Laplace transform for finding the solution. Now see how to represent this example. 1 ohm 1 henry can be represented as 1 ohm into 1 s, because इंडक्टर को हम एस एल लिख सकते हो, राइट? तो एल की वैल्यू तो 1 है, तो 1 और एस. So what is the value of impedance here? Z is equal to S plus 1 in ohm, right? Z is equal to S plus 1 in ohm. Then I of S is equal to V of S by Z. Z is nothing but your impedance. So for finding any one of this I of S and V of S, you can find of this with this formula, Ohm's law formula. The only thing is that one of these two terms is already given in your questions. Okay, so this Laplace transform is very much useful whenever you go this following four factors. सो टाइम डोमेन एनालिसिस में हम जब बात करते हैं, सब हाउ टू आइडेंटिफाई द एनी सिग्नल, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल in that signal or in that function you need to observe the order of the equation, number of poles, and number of energy storing element. Both three are equal. If you get any one of identify any one of them, so other two factor already known to you, means if the circuit is given and you observe that circuit is non-canonical form, so how many storing element in that circuit? So for example here, see here, only two, this is a non-canonical form, so only two storing element. So I can say that the order of that equation is nothing but the two, and similarly the number of poles are two. Now there are some standard output with respect to time analysis apply for the standard test signal. So these are the some standard test signal, and more than 80%, or you can say 70 to 80%, we are using the step signal only. So this is for input side, and what is the Laplace transform for this side? You will get here for a unit impulse del of t represent in terms of del of t, and its Laplace transform is 1. Similarly, you unit step u of t is represent as 1 by s, and a unit ramp is t u of t, means a time function multiplied by unit step function. So you will get the unit ramp function, right? टाइम फंक्शन से मल्टीप्लाई करने पे आपको रैम्प फंक्शन मिल जाएगा. नाउ व्हाट इज अ लैप्लास ट्रांसफॉर्म ऑफ दिस रैम्प फंक्शन इज 1 by s square. Similarly, this parabolic function is t square by 2 u of t, and what is the Laplace transform is 1 by s cube. Now this is a velocity. Unit step nothing with the position. Unit ramp is velocity. Unit parabolic is acceleration. So uh, this is a signal you can identify easily. सो स्टेप यूनिट इम्पल्स सिग्नल क्या होता है, ज़ीरो से ही आपको एक इम्पल्स मिलेगा. ज़ीरो से हो गया या फिर कहीं और से भी मिल सकता है. सो ओनली इम्पल्स pulse you will get pulse, right? Pulse signal you will get, so you can say that that is nothing but an impulse signal. Now similarly the unit step signal, see, such types of signal you will get here, and if there is any time shifting is there, so according to that your signal also shift, right? And that shifting property is already, I'm giving one table in that there also one property are there that is called as a shifting property, right? So that property we already use, or we will going to use in this our circuit analysis. So you need to practice more. Okay, this subject already covered these topics, all or these topics is already covered in your signal and systems, and some points are some Laplace transform is covered in your mathematics also, so that you need to practice from them. Okay, because in that subject you will study deeply, but I am here is directly take the conclusion, because we have some other factor to study, right? Some other points regarding our network theory. So this is some standard signals by which you can comment what is a Laplace transform of this signal. Now see, v of v of L is nothing but a L di by dt. So this is a voltage across the inductor, right? Inductor doesn't allow sudden change in current, so this di by dt you can also written in terms of derivative factor in Laplace domain, that is v of s is equal to L s di of s, di of s. So this s is represent derivative of that, and some initial condition also present, but here I'm take as a zero initial condition, right? Zero initial condition. So that means s single s also represent as a derivation and 1 by s represent as a integration. So what is the relation of this? Some standard text signal. So these are the relation between them. Integration of impulse represent step, integration of steps represent ramp, integration ramp represent parabolic, and similarly derivative of parabolic represent ramp, and such that derivative of step represent impulse. Now the total response is always transient plus steady state response. ट्रांजिएंट रिस्पॉन्स वो रिस्पॉन्स होता है जब भी आप स्विच ऑपरेशन करते हो, उसके बाद देर आर सम नेचुरल रिस्पॉन्स इज हैपन. You can say that some harmonic or some transient is happened in your circuit. So that circuit, that transient value is for only some time, means some particular time of instant, right? After that time of instant, this transient is goes to decreases, or it can be zero for after particular time interval. So this is natural, and this is happened almost all of the devices, right? But depending on their time factor, the transient, depending on their time factor, the transient are there in your circuit. So, and the steady state value is nothing but your final value. You can also calculate this value by putting the limit t tends to infinite, right? So this is a basic definition. Transient response is also called as a natural response. It is that part of response which goes to zero when t tends to become large. Here the speed of the response is analyzed, right? Means transient response, you need to analyze the speed of the response. Means it give the result, or it helps to find the speed of that response, how your system is fast, how much your system is fast. Okay, now the steady state response give over the accuracy of the systems, how to accurate, how much accurate your system. So see here, some example is given here, one example. So C of t is nothing but your output, and similarly U of t is your input, right? So U of t represents step input, right? U of t represents step input. Now see, this is your system, or you can say this is a transfer function, right? This is your system or transfer function. Now transfer function or system is divided into two parts. One is steady state response, another is transient response, right? Transient response. So see, in transient response, exponential term is given. Now exponential term with time decaying factor is given, means after term time of instant, this response goes to zero. For example, here e to the power of minus at is your function. So what is the circuit, or what is a response when you draw the circuit, draw the graph. So when you draw, you will find this graph such that after particular time of instant, it will go zero. Okay, now you can easily comment by observing this output equation. Whenever the part, whatever the part contain this exponential time with time decaying factor, it means that is the transient response, and rest of terms is shows the steady state response. Okay, so for any stable system, this exponential term is always with minus factor, right? Minus factor are there, because when पॉजिटिव फैक्टर आप अगर आप देखोगे तो ये आपका ग्राफ ऐसा नहीं होगा, उल्टा हो जाएगा, राइट? तो अनबाउंडेड कंडीशन में चला जाएगा. सो एट दैट केस योर सिस्टम इज नॉट स्टेबल. बट for any bounded, for any stable system, the exponential term is always minus. Okay, now what is a transfer function? ट्रांसफर फंक्शन इज नथिंग बट योर आउटपुट अपॉन इनपुट. सी, मैं सिर्फ सिंपल यहाँ पे इनपुट इसके डिनोमिनेटर में ला लूँ तो ये मेरा ट्रांसफर फंक्शन, और यू कैन से दैट सिस्टम ही तो बचेगा, राइट? सो जनरली ट्रांसफर फंक्शन आपको दिया रहता है क्वेश्चन में, और कह दिया रहता है यूनिट स्टेप फंक्शन यूज कर रहे हैं एज योर इनपुट. देन यू हैव टू फाइंड द स्टेडी स्टेट आउटपुट. सो At that case, this transfer function is multiplied by with your unit step function and proceed to solve that question. So similar way, C of t is Laplace inverse of C of s. Now see, this is one example given here. One example is given here, which is I of 4 as your current dependent current source, and 1 by 2 Henry inductor is connected. You need to find this I, right? Write this expression for this I current. Now what is the value of initial value of this current is given to you, that is 10 ampere. Then you have to complete the expression for all t greater than 0 using the Laplace transform. Now see, this is a current dependent current source. So I directly written here I of I by 4 is nothing but the I of s by 4, right? I of s by 4, and this resistive element is same. This resistive element is same, and this resistive element is same. Now this inductor is a predefined inductor, right? Current. So we already seen how to represent in Laplace domain in terms of this. So when you solve this, you will get 5 volt. Now I assume here I of s current flowing for this loop. Then what is the value of this loop? Apply KCL here. So this I of s minus is by 4, that will be 3 I of s by 4, right? 3 I of s by 4. Now when you solve this by applying this KVL, you will find this equation and find out this I value. You will get this 10 by s plus 5, right? 10 by s plus 5. Now apply here, apply Laplace inverse of this, which represent e to the power of minus 80. Now see how to apply KVL, means Laplace inverse transform here. Now see, this is a standard format of signal which is I represent in your in this table. See what is the format is I of s is equal to 10 by s plus 5. It means this is a constant term, a by s plus b, right? So see here what is the Laplace inverse transform, which according to these tables, right? E to the power of minus 80 is represented as 1 upon s plus a, right? So this is the same. You have to you are given in this 10 upon s plus a, make take 10 as a common, so it is nothing but the 1 upon s plus 5, right? Now use when you use Laplace inverse transform, this is nothing but the e of t. So you will get this, right? This vector, and this 10 as a your constant. So I hope you are clearing this point and how to use that table. Here we only directly use that table, but in your signal and system you are going to derive that expression. Okay, so that's it for today.